We are the number 2 LOCO radio out of Knoxville, Tennessee on Spreaker, like a speaker with an R.com. You can use our link, search the web, download the Spreaker app on your Windows phone, on your iTunes, on your Google Play. There's so many different ways you can listen to us and listen to us daily for the best band interviews / entertainment interviews, comedy, sports, and music. We matter because you matter, so please follow and subscribe to our show. Have yourself a wonderful day. We are the future of radio. We're not going anywhere. Hope to see you soon.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Fury Anderson, affectionately known as Cee-Rock The Fury, founder and CEO of Handzup Network. When you want to get your crazy on, turn on to these crazy guys on this crazy show, 2 Loco Radio. That's right. Are they loco? No. They're 2 loco, so check them out.
Good evening. Welcome back to 2 Local Radio. Right now, I have the phenomenal MC, which is a bit of old school and new school flavor all together. His name is Cee-Rock The Fury, also known as Fury Anderson. He is, known for, being on stage with great entertainers such as Chuck D and everything. And here he is. Why don't you introduce yourself, Mr. Cee-Rock The Fury?
Woo! Yo, what's going on, 2 Local Radio? What's poppin', y'all?
So,
Tennessee.
Exactly.
Knoxville in the house. What's up, Knoxville?
Exactly. If you'd like to call during the show and ask Cee-Rock a question and not the haters, you're welcome to join in at 1-855-403-9071. They either will or they won't. But anyway, so where did you come up with the, Cee-Rock The Fury out of all the names out there?
Wow. Well, Rock is a popular name now, but back in the days, everybody had a street name, like Ski or Rock or some to that type of effect. Like if your name is John, you might have been Johnny John or Johnny Juice or, something cool. So my government name, starts with a C, So, I went by names such as like C-Ski and everything. And, Cee-Rock just kind of stuck with me, cause I was known to, the rock, just get busy and just rock around the house. So, we used to say like, like rock the spot, or rock the block. So C kind of stuck with that.
That's absolutely awesome. Okay, now, as far as like the Handzup Network and Handzup Entertainment and everything, is that like an indie label or how does that work?
Handzup Network is a label. It is also a movement. The goal at the end of the day is to get everybody's hands up and to have a good time and to enjoy themselves. When you put your hands up, it's liberating. You reach for the sky. It's like stretching. It's like doing yoga. You put your hands up. Even in a robbery, you got to put your hands up. But in this case here, we are sticking you up. We sticking you up, man. We robbing you for your soul. You say put your hands up, and throw your hands up in the air with them like you just don't care. So when we go rocking the show, or whenever we have a crew representing Hands Up, that's what we want to do, man. We want to promote that movement for everyone to get their hands up in the air in unity and throw your hands from side to side, and that's what it should be about.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of your songs, for instance, if you listen to Word Salad, are based on old school principles where it actually mattered to have talent and not just a cool beat behind them.
Yeah, well, that's the problem today, man. And there's a difference between people rapping and people being MCs. Now, MCs are what rappers want to be. Rappers are just MCs who put words together and learning, so to speak. It's like in training day. You rap to get to a certain point in your life. You rap to become an MC. And hopefully the goal is for you to reach that level. But a lot of artists these days here, they think that just because you put 2 words that rhyme together, you makes you an MC. No, you're rapping, but you're not an MC without a deal. Because a person without a deal is like, I could do the same thing that person did and even better. So what makes him any different from me? There has to be something to, to determine the difference. And like I said, this is where MCs come in. We studied the craft. We learned to put things together in order to make things happen, in order to become great lyricists and not just somebody who just sounds like they was put on by their man or, got hooked up because they was related or affiliated or so. Well, people who didn't pay their dues, and this is what you're hearing on the radio and stuff now. It's like a lot of people have not paid dues. They might have certain connections, but they haven't paid dues. And they're not MCs. They're rappers. The rappers learn to be MCs.
All right. I love that. Can you repeat that all one more time for anybody that came in late?
Yes. Rappers try to become MCs. Don't try to be rappers or stay rappers. Just like KRS-One says, like rap is something you do and hip hop is something you live. Rap is like your starting point. You rap to become an MC. You need to graduate to an MC. And if you don't graduate, you're pretty much a rapper still. I still rap to this day, but I'm an MC, so I can say that. I can use both titles. I'd rather use MC. Rappers have no choice but to use rappers because they haven't reached the MC level yet. They haven't got that diploma. They still got to pay their dues. When you get the street cred, when you get the people behind you, when you got people bobbing your head and they say, yo, that's that dude, or yo, that dude can spit, and you happen to become like either the talk of the town or, you've earned some sort of political credibility. I'm not talking about the Jerry Springer crowds. I'm talking about people who grew up in music, who appreciates the art and knows the art when they hear it. And when somebody spits it, they can identify with that person. They can identify a rapper from an MC. Just like in a commercial where you have a cat and you have a brand X cat food, and then you got, you have the name brand cat food. But nobody knows what it is because nobody put the labels on it. But when you taste it, when you hear it, you know exactly which is which. So when you see everybody go to this bowl here, and they say, yeah, that's the MC bowl. I didn't like brand X. What's brand X? Brand X is the rappers. So rappers become MCs.
All right. And, with your style, how hard is it for people to adapt nowadays? Because they're used to just the beat and words don't matter anymore. Like back in the day, if you go all the way, back to the Chuck D, you go back to the Run DMC, you go back to, KRS-One, it had, meaning. And now with hip hop had totally changed or commercialized, I like to say, run by corporate now. How hard does it make a pioneer such as yourself actually, be able to get out there? And even KRS-One, when things changed, he got pushed to the back line, even though he had the best lyrics.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for the simple fact, it's like, it's almost like the whole planet got, the wolves over their eyes. They've been bamboozled. When you have corporate radio or so forth take over and they play only certain songs, or you only hear the same 4 or 5 songs in rotation every day, then people and the listeners become programmed to that. It's almost like you be brainwashed. It's almost like you're a prisoner of war and they play something in your head or play something in your prison cell time and time again. Even when you get out, you still going to hear that sound. You trapped to it. You adapted to it because it's like in your DNA now. You don't like it, but as far as you know, that's all that is. That's all that matters. So you're stuck with it. And that can become frustrating for artists like this because we know there's a lot out there for people to hear, and they're missing out on a lot of things, but they won't have that access to it for the simple fact that radio is blocking us out. They don't want the real hip hop back. They want it ignorant. They want it as ignorant as possible. They want it dumbed down. The thing is, I'm allergic to dumb down. I've tried to dumb down. I can't do it. I've tried. I got sick when I tried to do it. Just to experiment. I was like, I got real sick trying to dumb down, and it's not worth doing that. You need to be true to yourself. And me as a true lyricist, I'm true to the art. And artists need to recognize that. And even if you don't listen to it on the radio, you need to do your research if you want to know what real hip hop is. Try to go back to the pioneers and see, the ones who influence you now, You need to ask them who influenced them. And they'll tell you it's the ones who came up with, the ones who started the blueprint, such as KRS-One, such as Rakim, such as Chuck D, such as, rappers as such. Even ladies like Salt and Pepper, Roxy and Shantae, Juice Crew. These are all influential people. But you won't hear that on the radio now. They want you to get the dumbed down music as dumb as possible. Stuff that, all right, if you have a newborn tomorrow, that newborn could spit better than most of these artists out there now. And that's a shame. And this is what they, and then on the awards shows and stuff like that, this is what they put down. This is what they say is the lyricist. Now, if they say, okay, best song of the year or best lyricist of the year is so-and-so, say, all right, well, give me a quotable. What was so dope about that MC? Give me one line that made that artist who you say he is. They can't give it to you.
Of course.
You know why they give it to them? Because they're on the radio and they constantly played 5 or 6 times. That's the only thing they got going for them. But when it comes down to show and prove, if they need to go into the arena, if it wasn't for the radio, they have to go in front of an audience and display their skills and let them know what they're about, they can't do it. They won't be able to hide.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is frustrating.
And
people like us that need to make a change, and Handzup is down for that movement. Just like Zool Nation is down for that movement. Zool Nation is down for a movement to bring it back. Time to bring it back, y'all. And for all these new listeners out there, or people who who's born in 2000, all that stuff, y'all may be unaware of what real hip hop is. What you've been hearing, you haven't been hearing anything. You caught up in the matrix. I don't know which pill you took. The red one or the blue one. But we're going to take you deeper into the rabbit hole. We're going to introduce you back to real hip hop. That's what I represent, and that's what you're going to hear through Handzup.
And I think that's how it's going to be in the future. What the labels don't want, and what stations don't want, is the fact that the internet is taking off the way it is, and there's all these stations and all these places that you can do underground hip hop and real hip hop, and they don't like that at all. They don't like that at all for the simple fact of, okay, well, our big money corporate scheme is not going to work.
No, and that's a good thing. I mean, big shout out, man, to independent radio, man, because it's given us that voice that we never had before. And underground radio and stations such as yourselves that's broadcasting the true talent. There's a lot of talent out there, and they're not getting that exposure. If you're not doing payola, or if you don't have a corporate machine behind you, you may never be heard on those outlets. If they want to be heard, they might play you at 3:00 in the morning in a slot where everybody's sleeping, or try to fit you in the cracks. But they won't put you. They won't put you in prime time. They won't put you where it matters, where the people are awake in the afternoons and so forth, where people's commuting to work. They don't want to do that. They want to hide you, like an infomercial in the wee hours of the morning. They'll sneak you in while you blinking, and that's not a good look. Now, when you do that on radio, you can't do that on the internet. Right? The internet is always constantly moving. It's there. Stations like Rap Station, like Chuck D Station, it's incredible. I've heard some incredible MCs there, and you get to hear everything that you've been missing. Everything you've been missing. You'd be like, man, I haven't heard this on the radio, man. Where's all this music coming from? I try to tell people, man, it's there. It's always been there. It just haven't been exposed. It's like it's right in front of your face, but somebody's been blocking you with a veil. Those stations is blocking you with a veil. They're filtering it. But we here. We just need y'all to know that we here, and y'all need to have that will to listen. And as long as you got a will to listen, then we're going to continue to break down that wall and creep in. And that's what the movement is about.
Exactly, and it has to be. There has to be an uproar. There has to be some sort of movement, because it is what it is. We were speaking, off the air before, and we were talking about it. You hear the same station on one side of the country as you hear on the other. It's absolute garbage. And what's funny is it's not about the people it's not about popularity, so to speak. It's about they want who they want. Because, for instance, I had, Dirty D on here. One of his songs, him and his boy Hollywood, has over 1 million, views over on YouTube, and yet local radio said, nah, we ain't gonna play you.
Yeah, and that's impressive. 1 million views on YouTube, and a lot of people using those other vehicles to get, like I said, to get a voice. It's something. Only time they'll come to you is when you're in a bidding war. Then they're willing to work with you. When you got 4 or 5 other entities bidding over you, and they was like, okay, this is the guy we want. We didn't know this person before, and we disregarded the 1 million hits. But now that there's interest, then that's when they do it. They jump on. People known to jump on bandwagons. Labels jump on bandwagons. They look for the soup of the day. And when the soup is hot, they go with you. When the soup start cooling off, or they don't push you while the soup is hot, they dump you like a hot potato. So independent, in my opinion, is the way to go. And another reason why I think that is because, with a major label, you're stuck with them. In other words, have you heard of artists, right, that put out a product and it was whack, right? The thing is that sometimes the artists don't want to put that song out, but the corporate company or the mothership say, yeah, we signed you, we want you to put this out, so come on and dance to our tune. And there's nothing you can do. You're under contract with these people. You can't go nowhere else because you signed with that contract until somebody either buys out your contract or until you stick it out. So you bite the bullet. You might do a song, a pop song or whatnot. They'd be like, yeah, I heard the song. It's all right, but that wasn't him. And sometimes you can hear a song and tell if somebody was into the song or not. It's like somebody put a gun to your head and say, okay, rap, and we'll put it out. You become hostage to a label. Being independent, you got that artistic freedom. You can do what you want. Ain't nobody can tell me what to do. I can put whatever I want at my leisure, at my vibe, at my style. And it's good to be your own boss. So I encourage people, that's looking for deals and stuff like that, to realize that once you're with a major company, you are not your own artist. They pull the strings. They're the puppet masters. You dance to their tune. And if you don't like it, you can bounce. But keep in mind, you can't bounce yet because you're under contract. So either you get bought out or you have to sit here on the shelf and wait till your contract expires. So, keep that in mind, everybody who's looking for those major deals to get picked up so you can live famous and live off the fat of the land. Keep that in mind. What's important?
You mean
artistry or, slavery to the label?
You mean with the rental cars and the rental houses, right? Because everything.
Oh, yeah. The MTV cribs and all that stuff like that. The 14-karat gold toaster and all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff goes right back to the shop, y'all. All that stuff is, like I said, the Matrix. All that stuff you see, it ain't real. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, man. It was like, it's crazy how these kids here, man, just love you for the simple fact that they're talking about money that they don't even got. But they see it on the videos and stuff like that, so they assume. And you know what they say when you assume, you make a you-know-what out of you and me.
Yeah.
They see you in the cars, beautiful cars. But they don't know at the end of the video, man, that car go back to the dealership. All those beautiful women kiss you in the video, go back to the modeling agency. That nice house you got, keys go right back to the broker because you rented it out for you leased it out for the video shoot. The cameras, the lights, all that stuff go back to the rental place. So it's all for show and tell. It's a presentation. So yeah, look good, everybody, but you're not fooling nobody. Well, you're fooling some of the people, but you ain't feeling real hip-hop. Real hip-hop know that you broke. Real hip-hop is broke. And real hip-hop ain't about money. Real hip-hop is about the vibe. If you happen to be rich from the vibe, so be it. But hip-hop is never about the money.
Exactly. And not only, that, but I mean, if you sign a, contract, from my understanding, they take 90 cents out of every dollar. So you got 10 cents to work with. How well is that going to work out?
Here's the funny thing. Some people like to clown some independents, right? Like, they'll be like, but you only sold 1,000 copies. You only sold 2,000 copies. Keep in mind that in order for you to even recoup a certain amount of money, you got to sell 10 times as much because they're taking 90%. So if you on a big label and you sold 100,000 copies, they taking 90%. then you stuck with only 10% of that. You're not getting all that money. Matter of fact, you're the last one to get paid. You know, the money goes to the label, goes to the producers, everybody involved, the people for the videos, the makeup, and all that stuff like that. People you have to pay for samples, musicians, all that stuff. They get paid first. Anything left over, you get. And artists don't make money from selling records no more. I mean, they never really did. You know, artists make their money from grinding, selling their own merchandise, or being on the road. You know, that's where you make your money from. Public Enemy tours about 70 countries a year. Can you imagine 70 countries? And they get the majority of that money. And they sell their own merchandise. They don't have to answer to a label. You answer to the label, they take a percentage. And you got these artists that do 360 deals. 360 deals, man, that means they get to take everything, including the money when you're on the road. They get all of that. So keep all that stuff in mind, you know, when you're trying to get put on quick or just get hooked up because they look shiny and whatnot. It ain't all that glitters isn't gold.
Exactly. And in this day and age, people can actually promote themselves. And that's basically what you're saying. And yeah, I mean, I guarantee if I walked up to KRS, even though he would never tell me, I guarantee there's not one day that he's broke.
Oh yeah. See, another thing is, like, you know, people need to learn to invest the money or to save their money. You know, like we're not all guaranteed to get paid or get rich. It's all grind. We like I said, we've been doing this for the love. If you happen to benefit for it, that's a bonus. You know, it's a bonus. If you're able to get booking agencies or shows or festivals and stuff like that, that's great. And some people get a lot of gigs a year or a few gigs a year. If you was on tour and say you did maybe 10 places and maybe you did maybe you get $500 or $1,000 for each gig, that's like $10,000 real quick. The average person that works on a job might make $15,000 to $20,000 a year if it's like the average small job. So for 10
this call is being recorded.
You could be all right. Some people live off of that stuff, like Rob Bass and Black Sheep and whatnot. They can perform their classics over and over and over again because there's always an audience for it that love that stuff, and people love that real hip hop. Rob Bass with that It Takes Two, I Want to Rock Right Now. He been eating off of that song since the 80s. It's in everything. It's in movies. It's in commercials. You know, you might hear it tonight at some point. Somebody might drive by in a vehicle on your way home, and you hear it. There's always somebody playing their music any part of the world, any time of the day. So when you look at it like that, yeah, you could eat or you could be comfortable, but you know you have to be on your grind, and it's always good to make good music. You know, if you make whack music, they're not going to be booking shows on you. They're not going to book shows on you if you have no stage presence. You just walk back and forth. You can't talk to people. You can't communicate. You don't give no eye contact. You're always saying, know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Every 2 seconds throwing the N-word, the middle fingers up. You can't sell that. You know, there's a package you need to put together. And when you put the package together right, then that'll help sell your product. You are that product. So if you don't represent yourself, you can't expect nobody else to support you.
That's absolutely correct. I agree with that 110%. So, moving back to you. So, I've seen, over on YouTube and everything, and sometimes I stutter, but I'm just stuttering because I'm lost in thought. As far as, places that you've been and shows that you've done, it's documented or on YouTube, that you, shared a stage with, Chuck D and everything. And how does it make you feel that these pioneers, I'm not going to say, look up to you necessarily, but the fact that they allow you to walk in the same, limelight that they walk in, they real see real. And the fact that you're real, they're going to fuck with you, where if you were garbage, they wouldn't. And I meant to tell you before, we're live and uncensored. You can say whatever you want, however you want, unless you don't talk like that.
Right. We caught out a cosign. And that's the best thing in the world. It's like, it'll be like, you know, you learn karate and Bruce Lee was a teacher and all of a sudden Bruce Lee says, yo, you're an honorable student and give you a pat on the head. It's like the happiest thing in the world, or the one you listen to growing share the field, to get on the field with them, or throw the first pitch to the baseman or the hitter, and whatnot, to your favorite team, like the Yankees or whatever, or playing for the Knicks. I'm using the New York teams, obviously, but any team, you know, it's an exhilarating feeling. It's like meeting an actor. It's like you, a kid, and you watch The Terminator and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and all of a sudden, Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up and it says on a TV show, yeah, that's my friend, or yeah, he's a real cool person, or you know, or that person shows you, a person of that high status, even acknowledging you, is overwhelming to me. So like that footage up with me when I did with Public Enemy, man, that was like one of the best things in my life. I wouldn't trade that in for anything, man. Like a lottery ticket or anything. No one can take that from me ever. And I freestyled that mess off the top. So I'm glad that I didn't mess up or choke with that. I came and I rocked. And I didn't even notice the reactions to Chuck D's faces and stuff until I actually saw the footage. I didn't see the footage that night. Somebody posted it up. And then everybody was like, yo, do you see the footage with you and Chuck? And I was like, nah. They said, yo, man, you should see Chuck's reaction when we were spitting. And I was like, whoa. And then you know, for him to even acknowledge me on his radio station and talk about me and play my songs on the show, man, that's the best feeling in the world, man. That's a roller coaster ride. I hope I don't ever get off, you know?
So what's it like to tour actually overseas in other countries?
Different world. It's beautiful. It's hard to explain. It's like a lot of people don't get a chance to, you know, to venture out of the States. And so some people don't even venture out of their own city. So when you go somewhere else, it's almost like you joined NASA and you joined the space shuttle program. You're going to Mars or something. It's a completely different world. When you see different cultures and stuff like that, it's almost like you see an alien from outer space. Because you're so blown away from the culture and how things are, and just seeing different parts of the world and how they react to things. It's wonderful because it's like learning all over again. It's experiencing life from a completely different point of view. So yeah, man, I have the best fun when I'm overseas. Like when I'm over in Sweden, I don't speak none of the languages. I've tried. I'm not really speaking the language, but everyone knows hip hop and everybody speaks hip hop. You know, you could go to places like Japan. I haven't had a chance to go there yet, but like people have performed and went to Japan, and you got people from Japan saying your rhymes as you perform. Like they memorize the rhyme. You can't speak Japanese, but they know your rhymes in English. You know, over a rhythm. And hip hop rhythms, that's what I mean, like, you know, like it attracts. It's that vibe, it's that synergy. You know, and it makes you learn English or whatever language. You know, to make those foreigners, they be like they say Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with, you know, F with, whatever word you want to use. But, you know, it's crazy. You know, I perform sometimes. Some people know some of my stuff and they'll do the hook with me or something like that, you know, and I'll be like, that's crazy. So, yeah, it's the best feeling in the world. I encourage anybody who hasn't been overseas, you know, to try to venture beyond where you at, your boundaries, and experience it, man. It's nothing like it.
And I mean, do people like, you know, take you different? Like, do they, where here it be like, nah, you may be whack. And that's not the case, but I'm just saying, with all the haters compared to overseas, they're like, man, your song really, you know, touched my life, or, you know, that part just really just made my day better.
And we got a lot of haters in New York, man. And the thing about New York, it's like, how can I put this? Okay, say you a gangster, right?
All right.
You're the biggest gangster, right? And you go and you kick open the door and you go into the room and be like, yo, everybody back down. Gangsters in the house. You know? I'm here. But little do you know that everybody else in that room was gangsters. You know, everybody in there was just as bad as you. So you talking all that gun shooting stuff like that ain't impressing nobody because everybody's on that same level. You know, so everybody is on that same level as you. You are no different. So that's the best way I can explain that mess. You know, like I don't know. I think that's probably one of the best ways I can put it at the moment.
Well, I mean, New York is like split up, and what I mean by that is you have the city, and then you have upstate. Upstate is nothing like the city. The city is you better be the best on earth, and still, you know, hope that 50,000 don't say you suck, because that's just how New York is.
Well, I said that example for the simple fact. Like, when you do a show, and you got these hard MCs, right, performing, somebody in the audience is looking at you like, yo, man, I spit too. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to give you your props up there because they think they're on that same level as you. It's like, you got a concert, they'll come to your show, and they'll try to jump up on your set. Yeah, but yo, son, no, let me get up there and spit something, man. But no, son, I'm on my set. You know, let me ride. Right, so that's the New York mentality. You know, it's like everybody's a gangster, so therefore it doesn't matter. You know, because like you could talk, we're not impressed. You know, because like you killed 10 people, I killed 10 people too, big deal. But if you kill somebody overseas, whoa, yo, that dude killed 10 people. You know, they're more impressed because everybody isn't like that. Everybody isn't in that same bubble. So if you're the only one in the room that kick open the door, you making more of a presence over there. But if you got a room full of people who are the same, it doesn't matter. That's basically what I meant, you know, by that. But overseas, they definitely appreciate you, and they love you. They love you. They come to you at the end of shows, and then they do autographs. You do autograph signings, and they want to take photo ops with you. It's great. But you can't do that at a show like this. Cats don't even want to give you dap after some of a show sometimes. Not in all places, but some places. You know, they be like, all right, they be like, yo, yeah, that guy was performing. Yeah. In their mind, they know that you're a good MC, but they're like, oh, yeah, he all right. They try to play the wall. They play that tough act. Nobody wants to give nobody props in New York. But overseas, they show love. They're more open. You know, they wear their heart on the sleeve. So they'll show you love, man. They'll be like, yo, man, that was dope, man. Great show, man. Yo, you're coming back. Hope to come, you know, you're bringing other people with you. And, you know, let me know when I'll put the word out. You know, you get that vibe overseas. Here, not so much. Not anymore.
And that's funny because you say overseas. Well, it also depends on where. We had a band, from England, you know, this afternoon and, you know, the evening their time. And they're like, okay, yeah, well, in England, it's all right, but when we went to Belgium, that's where it rocked.
Right. Yeah, it all depends on, too, I guess, some geographical areas. Like I said, there are a lot of places I have yet to go that I'm actually hoping to go. I got my fingers crossed for maybe later on in the year to maybe go to places like Switzerland and New Zealand and Australia. I've yet to venture those areas, but I would love to go there. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But you know, I try to do my research. You know, when I go out somewhere, you know, just to kind of get a feel of the place. You know, or prior to a show, I'll try to chop it up with the people just to try to get in. One time I was somewhere and I was performing. I got a lot of boos. I forgot where. I think I was in Dublin. You know, it was a lot of boos with that. But then at the end of the show, I was leaving. Everybody said, "Yo, they loved you, man." No, what was that? I think I was in one time I was in the UK. I think I was in Manchester or somewhere like that. I was over there with Wolftown, and I did the show, and it was like booing. And when I left, everybody was like, "Yo, man, they love the show." And I was like, "Yo, I heard boos." They say, "Yo, that's how they show love over there." So like some places here we say yeah, some places they were like ooh, or so it would sound like a boo or something like that. But boo is yeah, or bad is good and good is bad. You know, it's weird. So if you don't know your area, I should have did more research when I went to that area because then I would have known that they was actually showing me love and not disrespecting me. You know, but at the end of the show, they explained it to me. I was like, oh, okay, oh, I get it now. You know, so keep in mind when you go to certain areas, try to learn, you know, the culture or the reactions of people. Like, how do people react to shows? Some places don't react at all. Yep, like when Dennis Rodman went to to Hong Kong or something like that. You see the people that sit in the chair, they don't clap, they don't do anything because they disciplined that way. Their culture trains them not to react. But then at the end of the show, they'd be like, yo, man, that was an incredible thing, but you would never know because you never see their reactions. You know, so research of the culture is important.
It certainly is. And it was funny how you said one thing somewhere could be, you know, another thing somewhere else. The best way I relate to that is remember when you went back in school, if you're, you know, I'm in my 30s, and you know, if you wore anything dirty, you would get ragged on, you know, till the cows came home. But now you got kids wearing, you know, jeans that look like they went through the mud and full of holes and all faded and everything, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how things change. Like back in the days when there was jeans, man. Like, you know, jeans cost a lot of money, and then all of a sudden the style started coming in. You know, like on TV and commercials where people started wearing the acid wash jeans and the jeans with the holes in it. Then people was buying brand new jeans, putting holes in them on purpose with scissors and broken bottles and making shreds out of them, and then selling them for twice as much as they bought it. So, you know, so I couldn't understand that. So it's like, and then before, you know, you would see a painter painting a house or whatnot, you know, and then, you know, they get paint all over you, and then, you know, you take the clothes and throw them out. Now you pay money to get clothes that look like paint was splashed all over you. You know, so fashion has changed in numerous ways and whatnot, and you know, it kind of gets you dumbfounded how things happen. But, you know, fashion is fashion. What you gonna do?
Exactly. What I love is, you know, that you know you're a part of, you know, the pioneer group, and what is amazing is how far y'all will go for your fans. Like, for instance, I went to a KRS, you know, concert up in, you know, Toad's place. The only white dude in the whole, like, you know, front section and everything. I don't know why, but I was, you know, squished like a pancake most of the show, and I didn't care. And the thing is, you know, KRS actually ran out of CDs, you know, and T-shirts and everything else. So he was actually taking cardboard to make sure everybody had a signature.
Yeah, that's hip-hop right there, man. It's like, hip-hop, you improvise, you know? If something goes wrong, we make it right. If there's a blackout and the power goes out, then we keep the party going somehow. We have the people clapping their hands. You know, we have them do percussions with their hands or snap your fingers or something. We get people involved. Most times now, man, these artists, they have no stage presence. They walk back and forth on stage. They talk to themselves. They're too busy trying to pull their pants up, you know? Because they wear no belts.
I was trying not to laugh, but it's so damn true.
Yeah. They smoke. They go up there with a crowd of people that has nothing to do with the show, but to look like they have a big crew. You know, has nothing to do with anything. Nobody wants to see all of y'all, you know, sing the "Do We Are the World." We want to see y'all do something. You know, people pay their money to be entertained, not to see y'all just stand around lobbying on stage. You know, do something. You know, give the people what they paid for. You know, like you know, spit a rhyme, or if you know how to do a backflip, do something. You know, but just stand up there for 45 minutes doing a show, just, you know, talking and saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, my end to the Iggers, you know, smoking trees, you know, where the B to the itches at, you know, all that stuff, man. It's like it's crazy how people can waste time on stage. And you know, me personally, I wouldn't pay for that. I could watch that on Jerry Springer or the Wendy Williams show or something. You know, if I just want to see nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, that's why there's so many artists now that, you know, are getting signed and they have like one song and then you never hear from them again.
Ignorance is bliss, man. It's like you won't hear from them no more because, you know, like they don't deliver, you know, they don't live up to the hype. I guess that's what you can say. They don't live up to the hype. You hear the song, everybody's like, yeah, yo, that's the dude, man. Yo, stop sweating him, man. Yo, he that dude, man. Yo, stop hating on him. But then when you start listening to him again, he'll do the same song or the same style over and over again, or do another song, and that same song sound like the same song he did, trying to reduplicate the formula and not trying to advance himself. So he's like, okay, he's stuck in his own bubble. He's trying to get stuck in his own trend bubble and make something else. You know, like, and you can't really do that. That don't work, because you can't pull the wool over real hip hop eyes. You know, you might get over. Some people get over because of the beat, not because of your lyrics, but you know, the beat might be hot. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you wouldn't even have to have an MC on it. Just let the beat rock.
Exactly. Just have the DJ sit back there.
Some people think they're the bomb just because they rhyme it over a hot beat. I'm like, okay, strip it away. Let's hear the acapella version of it. You know? Let a DJ do a blend and mix it with another beat. Now put those lyrics to that. They'll be like, yo, that beat is dope, but them lyrics is whack. They'll be straight up like, they'll be like, man, I didn't realize how whack it was until we stripped it naked, until we broke all the elements apart, you know? Because now that's what I'm saying. Like, artists need to realize that there will be a point where you're gonna have to strip naked and bare yourself, bare your soul, who you are, where you can't hide behind a beat no more, you know? Because if that beat ain't there and you can't bring it, they're gonna be like, well, what do you do? You know, like, did somebody just hire you as a front man to, you know, for this track? You know, you're not representing the track, but we rocked to it because the beat was hot. You know, Joan Rivers could have been on the track. You know, it could have been anybody. You know, I would have bopped my head to it. So don't think you're getting props just because you're on a hot track. You know, representing a hot track. MCs, man, like, MCs want to cater to a hot track. We need to accommodate the hot track. Like, we got to be as dope as the hot track, if not hotter, or at least break even. So when people examine a song, they be like, yo, okay, yo, that dude had lyrics, and he rode that beat like a surfer. You know, he rode that wave. But it's so much odd and even when you strip it away. They be like, yo, that beat is hot, man, but that dude was whack, man. They could have put somebody else on that. They could have had Nas on that. They could have had Bust on that. They could have had Guru, rest in peace. They could have had somebody like him on that track. Why waste the track on that individual? He didn't represent it, right? You know, it's like giving a blind man a car, man. You know, he's not going to steer right. He's going to crash it quick. You know, give it to a professional driver who can ride it on two wheels and drive it backwards and do donuts. You know, and ghost ride the whip. That's what you want a driver like that to ride your beat. And then that is a rare find these days. Because everybody think just because you run cat with hat, you're a professional driver. Not everybody who wears stripes, you know, is a Yankee.
There you go. That's very true.
You know? I mean, like, you know, like, you can be on the baseball team, you know, but, you know, if you can't swing a bat, you got to earn those stripes, you know? Other than that, you're just a regular baseball player. You're not ready for the big leagues yet. And there is a difference between major league and minor leagues. You know? And a lot of these people are just novice. You know, they're cadets. They got a long way to go. Again, MCs, you know, are what rappers want to be. Or strive to be.
I wonder how many DJs out there know that, you know, that an artist is whack, and in the back of their mind are wondering, okay, well, if I shut this beat down, let's have the audience hear them none.
Yeah, man. Sometimes the DJ just, you know, gotta outshine the artist. And believe it or not, a lot of these DJs rescue a lot of these whack performers. Because sometimes the DJ just gotta take over and cut or get busy, you know. And believe it or not, some DJs have the same problem. You got some people up there that call themselves DJs and they don't do DJing. They just push a button. Paris Hilton is one of the top DJs in America now, believe it or not. Paris Hilton.
But
Paris Hilton gets paid about $1 million to be at a party, to get drunk, and just to be there and take pictures and stuff like that. And they put up in a DJ booth with somebody there to guide her, to say, what's that button? Yeah, push that button there. Click. Hey, everybody, I'm a DJ.
Wow.
Paris Hilton, one of the highest paid DJs out there. I kid you not, man. You want to hear one of the most amazing things that make your jaws drop? Or your jaws drop? That is it. You know, Paris Hilton over Premier, over Biz Markie, you know, over DJ Scratch and DJ Lord and Terminator X and all that stuff. Paris Hilton is leading the pack, y'all. And now that don't tell you the difference, like with hip hop. You know, like it's the same scenario with rappers. Picture Paris Hilton being the Rakim of DJing.
Wow.
That's a horrible picture to picture in your mind, right?
Yeah. It's absolutely terrible. And the thing about it is, the way you're saying it is basically saying, okay, people are nowadays going for the eye candy rather than the talent.
Right. They're going for the marketing campaign and whatnot, and they'll get somebody to sell something. They'll go by any means. If President Obama was to put on some headphones and be a DJ, everybody would come and check him out just because he's Obama. He's because of his name status. But and they won't even care if he was DJing or not. But again, what if he goes into the audience where they ask the DJ to really do some DJing? Put that song with the other song, or blend it, or go into a transition or something like that. Then what do? So people are watching. Some people don't care, but people who appreciate real music, we care because we analyze things as such. The person who don't care about music, then you might as well just listen to anything and don't complain about nothing. But we true to the art, so we study things like this, and when we see things that's uncomfortable, we like to acknowledge that. We'd be like, yo, this guy's a dope MC, but the beat needed work, or it could have been better, or this, or the DJ's not doing that, or what is the DJ doing? He's standing back there. We see he's a DJ because he got on the headphones in his ears, and he's standing behind some turntables. But he has yet to do anything through the whole show. So is he a DJ for show, or is he a DJ for show?
Exactly. Some people have talent, and then some people don't. Not even close. And what I love about this is the fact that we can, actually have a real conversation, and it's still considered, it's still an interview. Some people would be like, all right, well, an interview is just, okay, you ask some questions, they answer some questions, it's over. To me, it's about the story. When you say, how you are and how you feel and, what you're about, that's what it's about in this day and age, because anybody can download anything. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's not like 15 years ago where, you needed talent, but at the same token, if you don't have a personality, then why are people going to bother? Just because you got a hot track, they're like, okay, well, there was one time, okay, now I have to sit through this album and 9 of his songs suck. Now people will be like, all right, well, you know what? I don't have to buy the album. I could buy 2 tracks, or I could buy the single and say, well, forget the rest.
That's another thing. Like some people, they'll have that one hit, maybe with the machine behind them, and that'll sell the whole album. Albums sometimes go platinum based on that one song alone. But then here comes the reviewers and the people that actually sits down and listen to the albums and do their reviews. And some of them get 1 star, some get 0 stars. And the only thing they can talk about is the song that they broke out with, in the video and so forth. But they hear the other album, they'd be like, this album is extremely hot garbage, And it was like, wow, should have stuck with a single player, because if this is what's going to reflect you in the future, they'd be like, oh, this is the only song we can give you props on. 50% props, or 55% props, not even 100% props. But this is the only song we can give you props on. Your album is garbage. Hot garbage at that. You know, and it's like, that's the stigmata of the artist today. You know, they actually think whack is good. Whack is like a, you know, you say orange is the new black. You know, that is the new whack. You know, and they think whack is what's in. And the sad thing is, it is in, because some people are tone deaf to quality. You know, you ever seen been at a karaoke bar and somebody that can't sing at all, off pitch, everything is sound like a cat screeching with their nails on a chalkboard, and the people in the audience like, yeah, hit that note.
That's because
like, are you serious?
That's because they're too drunk or high and don't care.
Chart. It's not even a note. I mean, that's I've heard somebody hit a note before. It was questionable if it was a note or a frequency. You know, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it was one of them industrial sounds. It wasn't even a melody. You know, I was like, what the heck is this? And the people in the audience was like, yeah, hit that note. I'm sorry, are you a cyborg or something?
What note?
Music, I don't know. Well, you got to be kidding me. That's not even on the music scale. And hip hop is the same thing. The simple things you say, and then they want to give you the hip hop quotable of the year. Mary had a little lamb, fleas white as snow. Hip hop quotable, y'all. Put that in the sauce. You know, disregard the real hip hop. Just make it as simple as possible. For a lot of people, man, I think a lot of these rappers go to Chinese restaurants, buy a bunch of fortune cookies, and just, you know, spit that through their BlackBerry or whatever. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. Yo, run out of cookies, son. Get some more cookies up in here. Run out of raps.
I would not doubt it, to be honest with you. The funny part is, a lot of people think that, you know, hip hop and making a song is just all about rhyming. Some of the best songs I've ever heard hardly rhymed, but they flowed so well that it didn't matter because they actually had talent.
Right. Here's the secret. Some people, like you said, if you're not an MC or a real serious rhymer, you have to do something to accommodate to make you be dope. Right? Now, there's some people out there that's not, or I won't say the top of the line lyricists, but they just sound so good on the track that, you know, they have to be a component of hip hop. Little John, he don't really rap. He just say stuff, but anything he say is hot. I don't care what it is. You know, like, turn down for what? That's all he says with the whole song. Turn down for what? That's one of the hottest things ever. You know, it's just how he says it. It's the energy that he brings to it, to a track. He accommodates the track with the talents that he has. If you could do that, then you could become an acceptable artist. You know, somebody like that. You know, Flavor Flav with the yeah boy. A lot of people will maybe consider him an MC, but he plays a position of Public Enemy. He's that, you know, he's that one with the clock to let you know what time it is. He comes with the energy. He comes with a certain thing. He's like the angel on Chuck G's shoulder or something like that. You know, he contributes something to the game. Greg Nice and smooth. He just got, you know, he got an energy to him that, you know, that just sounds dope on the track. Like when he was on Dwick, that made the track. Just by having him on it. Some people got that gift. You know, not everybody had that gift. Some people, if somebody's riding on a track and you actually forget that person was on it, that should tell you ain't belong on that track. If no one is mentioning your name and people are skipping you out of line on a track that you've been featured on, or it's 4 of y'all, but they're only talking about 3, and they constantly omitting your name out, that should tell you something.
That tells you you're whack.
Tells you you're whack. It's whack and a half.
There we go. So where do you get your musical styles from? Like, for instance, I had a buddy of mine. His name was Steve. He was part of the old Criminals. And, you know, he's a, you know, big KRS fan and everything else. You know, an old school fan. but he actually, when he did rhymes, he did a lot of patois, or however you pronounce it. But he incorporated that into his flows. Where do you get your styles from?
Wow. Well, people have called me a lot of things, and unfortunately, they've all been good. I guess if you was to put me in a blender, I'm a little bit of everybody. Like some people said, I have like some Biggie, and some people said Pac. Some people said I had Ice Cube. Some people said I had Chuck. Some people said I had Chubb Rock. Some people said I had Ed O.G. Some people said I had Kane. Some people said I had a little ultramagnetic in me. I think I'm a little bit of everything, and that's influenced me. I'm not really set to one style because I listen to so much real hip hop, but you have to incorporate it with your own personality and identity. I never tried to like emulate my style after someone. Some people do, like they'll hear Rakim and they'll try to sound exactly like Rakim. No, you take good qualities from them. You study things, and you take the good attributes of them, and incorporate it into your own. And then when you put all that stuff together, you put me in a blender with all the greats, I guess, and I would be a little bit of everything. And that's a good thing because no one can actually say that I just sound like somebody. And you got the problem like that today is like you might have a crew of people and all of them sound like Jay-Z. Why would I want to hear a rap group where everybody sounds like Jay-Z? Isn't one Jay-Z enough? And then the next person comes on, it's the same exact style. It's the same exact song. It's the same exact person.
And I know exactly what you're saying because, even though, out in, Knoxville, Tennessee now, I'm originally, from Connecticut. And in Connecticut, when you heard a white MC, and that's no disrespect to, Synergist because he's just amazing. Everybody would try to sound like Eminem, and I'm thinking to myself, well, we already got one of them. What do we need 400 million of them for?
Exactly. I mean, he's great. He's a good person to try to reach a peak. But if you do, reach it in your own, in your own, direction. Like House of Pain found his own, direction. And Cypress Hills, and even that dude, Milkbone, at the time in Jersey. I guess even Marky Mark. With his vibration, what's it called? Calvin Klein style, Calvin Klein flow he had, everybody, has their own little identity, but, don't try to, follow what everybody else is doing. Because you will always be number two. No matter how hard you try, you will always be compared to that person. And it's flattering at one point, but then it can be frustrating after a while, because then you'd be like, no, man, I'm doing me. Like, no, you're not doing you. You're doing somebody else. You're like, you are not your own person. So, be yourself, or at least try to be. Influence is important, but make that influence your own.
So if you could be, be on the stage and, be at a show with anybody out there, any artist out there that's alive today, who would you want to be with and why?
Wow. I would actually say Public Enemy again, man. They have such a energy about them, man. It's like, I don't know. I'm not, I've been in a mosh pit, I think, once or twice in my life. It's like a mosh pit. That energy that they have when you're in a mosh pit with like people pushing you around and whatnot, it just gets your adrenaline pumping. It's like you're getting hyped up before a football game. Everybody's in the locker room punching each other in the arm. Public Enemy gives you that type of energy. It gets you riled up. Not to cause a riot, but just, it just gets you like in that militant, let's do this, Gladiator 300 epic battle type mode. That's the type of energy Public Enemy brings you, man. And I mean, they do. I've seen them do a show for like 3 hours straight, like freaking Duracell batteries. Man, they just keep going. And that's amazing. With rappers like that, yeah. Rappers like I wouldn't mind, like I said, like even doing something like with KRS-One or when Tribe Called Quest was out. You know, I would have loved to, to do something, with them. I would have loved to rock the stage with Rakim, EPMD, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, and of course Run DMC. You know, like being on stage with them would probably be incredible, because I've seen them do shows, and I've seen their show presence, and the presence alone will make you want to be on stage with them. It just give you that energy. Everybody feeds off of everybody's energy, so everybody's power level is going to always be up throughout the show.
All right, I'm just gonna throw this out there just as a tongue twister, because you're talking about pioneers and awesome, fantastic artists down the line. Now for the young bucks out there that have no idea who they were, out of let's just say DMX, Jadakiss, and Nas, who would you like to perform with?
Oh, nice. That's a nice one there. Wow. Well, Nas is very lyrical. I mean, incredibly lyrical. Jadakiss is sick. But yeah, I would have to pick DMX out of that one. I would have to pick DMX out of that, yeah. DMX got an energy like Busta Rhymes. They just got that just let him out the cage and just let him tear up whatever's in front of you type of thing. DMX is a monster when it comes to performance. And like I said, Busta Rhymes. Nas get busy too, but Busta is a monster on stage. You could tell he was going to be a monster way back from the Leader of the New School days. Just from their videos, they was wild.
And what's funny is DMX gets out of jail and who's he hook up with? Busta Rhymes. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. That's like, that's amazing, man. They both bring that rah-rah. And if anybody has yet to see them, perform, if you haven't, I'm pretty sure they got some of their performances on YouTube or something. Check them out. And just watch the energy. And somebody like MOP. MOP is another one I want to get on rock on stage with. Their energy is top notch. I've actually had a chance to experience them up front years ago. It was in Manhattan. I think it was at an HMV store, and they tore that place up. They formed a circle. Everybody was like in a circle, walking around them. It almost looked like a whirlpool of people, because the crowd wasn't like just in one spot. The crowd was like constantly moving. It was crazy. And Onyx too. Onyx was some wild performers back in the days, man. Sticky and all of them, and Fredro, they're some wild brothers. And they're from Queens, so shout out to Onyx.
Yeah, exactly. Onyx. What's funny is I'm not much of a graffiti artist at all, but I loved Onyx so much when I was younger that I spray painted a building Onyx.
Wow.
But
that's influence right there.
But back when I grew up, and I was young, the two biggest things, in the East Coast, and I'm not talking about the West Coast, the Snoop Doggy Dogg and, all them, Dr. Dre. But in the East Coast, the biggest things that were around my area were Onyx and Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, rocking with them would be a great thing, too. That's another name that definitely would make the list. I would love to perform at some point or down the line with Wu-Tang. Even if they just do their last hurrah on their last album or whatever it is, I would love to just share the stage with them, because they just have that. They have a presence. And Old Dirty Bastard, like I said, Old Dirty Bastard, he brought something special to the Wu-Tang Clan. He was that X factor. There's always an X factor in a crew that just kind of stands out from the rest, and ODB brought that to the table. So when I mean like when artists should bring something to the table, think of somebody like like ODB. That's why they call him the ODB Bastard, because nobody was the father of his style. Nobody fathered his style. That was his alone, and it stood out like a sore thumb. Like if you can hear 100,000 people and he would stand out from that crowd. That's impressive.
And what's even more impressive, Wu-Tang Clan was like 9 people or 10 people. It was crazy. And he still would stand out.
Yeah, and everybody made a special contribution to him. You know, Method Man was the first one to break out, you know, out the bunch. But, you know, yeah, everybody was specialized in it. You know, everybody was technicians in their own way. You know, the GZA was a lyrical genius, and Method Man just had a suave way of saying his stuff. You know, Raekwon, freaking monster lyrically. You know, it's like they had no real weaknesses that anybody can really say. They had no weaknesses.
And they were, and they made out money wise because there were so many of them, and it wasn't like, just one album every 5 years. They were always putting out stuff.
Yeah, and everybody was collaborating on everybody's project. So when you heard one, you heard some, or you heard them all, and it was always material coming out, and they're a franchise in itself. I remember before, all you used to see was people with Wu shirts on. It was the W. That's all you saw, Just like how Run DMC had the Run DMC shirts and whatnot. Wu-Tang was just as big, and that's influence right there, man. When you can do that, that's a wonderful thing, man. And back it up. All of them are strong lyrically. I'm pretty sure they challenged each other. I mean, you could tell, like on a track, it almost sounded like they was trying to outdo each other. They was probably placing bets. Yo, I bet you I'm gonna serve you on this track. Yeah, well we see about that. And that's what it sounded like. Like they had money on it.
And sometimes that's what it takes, the competition nature of it to, bring the best out of you.
Absolutely. And it was a family. So, brothers have their little sibling rivalries or whatever. But, yeah, it's good to have competition within your crews and stuff like that. Like even between my peoples and stuff like that, we kick the lyrics all the time, but, we tell each other if we need to step it up or something like that. Like I have a group of people that I do with my Handzup thing, man, and I'll put people on because I see something in them, and I'm not trying to put on the norm. There's been quite a few people that want to get down with the thing, but I don't represent some of the stuff they talk about. Like some of them are very talented, but I just don't represent the direction of content. So I don't think they would be a good fit. Not saying that they're not talented, but they don't fit what I'm trying to put together.
All right, now let's flip the script and let's say you're headlining the stage, Mr. Cee-Rock The Fury. Who young out there would you want to open up for you?
Wow. Okay, that's pretty good. Joey Badass is pretty good. Joey Badass. He is a new kid. He got an old soul. He got an old soul. But yeah, Joey Badass will be one. And the kid Astro, that was on X Factor. Astro, yeah, he got some skills. I think there was one other one, but those are the only two I could kind of think of at the moment. Who Schoolboy Q is pretty cool. Let's see, that's about it. I don't really listen to too many new people out here now. I mean, not really a rapper, but what's his name? Mac Wilds. I like Mac Wilds' style. The one that was the kid that used to play on the TV show The Wire on HBO.
Nice.
That song, Own It.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna front. That's a freaking hot song, man. When I be DJing, I cut that mess up all the time. Yeah, Mac Wild. Those are the three I would put on, to rock.
All right. So when you're not performing and you're not, writing and everything, and I know that's hard because any musician will say, "Hey, I'm always doing this." What do you do on like an off day?
Off day, networking. I kid you not. I'm almost on this computer my legs be bothering me sometimes if I be on the computer so much, man. I'm just doing work. Either I'm recording or editing, or I'm sending out presentations or press kits, or I'm doing artwork because I design the artwork for the artists that I do. I pretty much do everything myself because you know what they say: if you don't do it right, if you want it done right, you gotta do it yourself. Or if people don't quite get what you're trying to do, then the only way you do it is yourself. So between work and stuff like that, I come home in the morning. I work the graveyard shift. I come home and I start, and then sometimes I don't even sleep. And that's not a good thing all the time, but that's just how focused I am, where I'm in robot mode. So yeah, most of the thing I do is music, and when I do get a little leisure time, I might try to drink a brew or two and try to catch up on some of my shows on television, like 24 with Jack Bauer. Shout out to Jack Bauer.
So, outside of the music industry, or your neck of the woods, who are your influences? You mentioned Jack Bauer. I mean, who else in movies or outside of music is really influential to what you do?
Well, one of my biggest influences, believe it or not, was Bruce Lee. And that actually kind of happens with my name. That's kind of how I got my name. That's how I added the Fury. It actually came after watching. Actually, I was a big fan of Bruce Lee, and one day I was doodling. Not on the toilet, scribbling, doodling with a piece of paper, and I drew something and it looked like it was on a yellow piece of paper. I might still have this piece of paper somewhere back there because I save everything. It looked like a dragon in the form of the letter F. And the first thing I saw that came to my mind when I seen that was what was it?
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I just started thinking of other stuff like that, Bruce Lee flicks and all that. And then Fist of Fury popped up. Right? So Fist of Fury was one of my favorite movies and stuff. So I was thinking I was thinking back then about calling myself MC Fury. I thought that was hot, But then I didn't want to give up my name Cee-Rock because I had Cee-Rock first. And then I was like, that's why I was like, I was probably one of the first ones to have a name that had an extension on it, like Cee-Rock The Fury, like with two names. So when I came up with Cee-Rock The Fury, I was like, how can I make that fit? How would I make that make sense? And I'd be like, okay, if my flow I felt was kind of furious, and I'm rocking it, so it'd be like if I was performing on stage or something like that, somebody would come up to me and say, yo, C, comma, right, yo, C, rock the Fury. So it's more of a
nice.
So somebody would say, yo, C, rock the Fury. So then when I started saying, I was like, okay, C, rock the Fury. All right, that works. And then after that, it just kind of stuck. And then I was debating whether I should give one up or the other. I said, no, I'm gonna run with both. And then you start hearing names down the line, which is cool. You start hearing like J. Rue the Damager and names of different extensions. I started hearing those, but as far as I knew, I was one of the first ones to do that. And I had that name for years, like late '80s, early '80s. Sorry.
And it's funny that you mentioned before that, about promoting and presentation and everything, because we had a guy. His name, his name's Jay Storm, or he's in the Jay Storm band out here in Knoxville, and he's like the modern day, James Brown, but he incorporates, hip hop instead of, singing. It's hip hop. And he's, toured with all kinds of artists, and he does, college, gigs all the time because he's like, well, that's where the real money's at. And the thing about it is he was saying the exact same thing. It's all about presentation and promoting yourself. And when you stop doing that, then you really lose out on the money.
Yeah. I mean, once you start to build up momentum, it's kind of hard to build it back up. It's almost like the same. It's almost like a mixtape. Remember before back in the days how hard it was to get a mixtape.
Very true.
Back in the days, it was far in between. When a mixtape came out, everybody wanted to get it, right? Everybody was going after it. But nowadays, it's oversaturated. I mean, there's if you come out with a mixtape and put it out now, by the time somebody get to listen to it, somebody put out 30,000 more mixtapes. So that window of opportunity you had might have been unnoticed if you haven't did anything to promote it. So now you got a product and nowhere to go with it because nobody knows about it. Now you got to work on a whole new product and hopefully, do something different. So what you got to do is whatever you have, try to make it known, And most artists today are not. Here's the most important thing: most artists today are not business savvy. They just think they think all you're supposed to do is rap and that's it. Rap and get rich. Rapping is only 5% of this hip hop game, and if you're doing business, you need to know a little bit more than just grabbing a microphone and saying a few words. It's also about how you talk to people. There's a time to be street and there's a time to be business. And a lot of business people don't want to deal with you if you don't know how to communicate or speak English, proper English. When you're in the streets, you can talk slang all you want. You know what I mean? You'll film me, what's poppin', dude? What's up, son? What up, dude? You can't do that, man, in corporate America and stuff like that. You need to speak. You need to speak the language.
There goes Facebook out the window.
You have got to speak the language. And so people can relate to you. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time for the boots, and then there's a time for the shoes. And if you try to advance, you can't always wear the boots, or you can't always be in that ignorant street mode. You gotta put on a suit and tie and let people know that you're a businessman too.
Exactly. That's what it's about. It's about networking and. The people you come across, not to burn bridges, because here's a story. I don't know if you have one in your life, but I know that I was a young kid and I was a teenager and I worked for this, little Office Max place. And, I basically told my boss he can go somewhere. Well, what's funny is I graduated in computers. I go for this high-end, job in computers. And it ends up the same guy is the interview guy. And he's like, I don't care what your resume says. I don't care how much experience you have. I'm never going to forget what you did, and you're not getting this job.
That almost remind me of my brother, my brother Lovechild. He told me, man, that he went for his driver's test, right? And he did a driver's test, and he failed his first test. Right? He failed because, I don't know, I think it was parallel parking. He didn't hit anybody, but they said he was too close. So he was arguing with the guy, he didn't hit nothing, so why you failing me?
Shit.
He was pissed off on that. So he went to do the test again.
This is him right here.
Yeah. He went to do the test again. And this time he
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Is this Cee-Rock The Fury?
Oh, snap. Who this, man? This sound like a brother, speaking of a brother.
This is your brother from the same mother.
This is Ramside.
On the air.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, bro? I always wanted to hear myself on the radio. Can I sing? No. Oh, what's going on? How y'all doing?
I'm doing all right, man. We just chilling on the Soto show, the Loco show, the Two Loco show, man.
Huh. Well, we want to get you to come out here. People out here want to hear you.
Sure, man. I would love to get out there, man. It's been a minute.
Can you come tonight?
Yeah, yo, Two Loco, what can you do about that, man? You think you can carry me over there, man? What?
Yeah, okay.
Who's Two Locos? This is his show?
That's his show, y'all.
Yeah, yes.
How you doing, Mr. Two Loco?
I'm doing well. My name is Ray Ray.
Oh, Ray Ray? Oh,
Ray.
Okay, way to go.
Oh, he lied.
So, I don't know. Y'all gonna help bring him out here?
Well, where's out there?
Oh, Tacoma, Washington.
Not today.
Not tonight. He said not to. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. We just chopping it up, man. Just talking some music, man. Talking that hip hop madness.
About your new album?
Oh, we didn't get to that point yet. I'm guessing that he was going to ambush me with that question later.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thanks for messing that up, bro.
Oh no, well I was on my Bluetooth. I wasn't talking to you.
I was better than the younger two.
Hey, do you think you could give me a sample of your flows?
Nope, we're not doing that tonight.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. So how long y'all gonna be on the air for?
Sure. I've been on about an hour almost, man. Right now we just chopping things up, but you never know, man. Local might surprise you with something today, man. I don't know. He might surprise you with some good music. He's been playing some music from a lot of artists today.
All right. What's the station?
Station?
Yeah.
I'll let him tell you that.
All right. Tell me that. I'm writing it down.
2 Local Radio.
2 Local Radio.
That's the number 2.
And that's yep. And Loco is the regular spell Loco?
LOCO Radio.
LOCO Radio. I got you. I'm gonna tune that in as my favorite.
That's what's up. Tune it in, man. You stick around because I think I'm still being interrogated by the brother.
Interrogated.
Really? So you want me to just stay on the line, or you want me to hang up and call back?
It's on you. I'm gonna leave it up to you and Loco.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Loco?
You're welcome to stay on if you like, but you're welcome to call. You can call back as well. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab something to eat, and then I'm gonna call back, and I'm gonna take a bite for y'all too.
All right, man. Don't come back chewing no hamburgers, man.
Nah. All right. You got it.
So I heard y'all just spoken some hip hop. I gotta eat whiskey or something.
Yeah. Well, y'all guys keep it real, keep it popping, and I'll holler back at you in a minute, bro.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
Look forward to it.
All right. All right. One love. See you.
You know it.
All right.
Unbelievable.
What's unbelievable about it, man?
I don't know. You gotta know my brother. Unbelievable. That's all I'm gonna say. Unbelievable. He's the flavor of the family.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Well, everybody.
That's one of my older bro. I'm the youngest. He's older than me.
So it's, everybody, has that person in their life that's, wants the center spotlight, and you can't blame them.
Yeah. I mean, he used to be my bodyguard back in the days, man. When we used to roll with him. And, over there, he's like, I don't know, he's like the Suge Knight of, Seattle or Tacoma. I'm gonna leave it at that. He's like the Suge Knight over there.
Yeah, I'm like I'm really gonna get him all the way from, New York to Washington.
Yeah. He was like, yo, man, so, you gonna fly him over? Like, you gonna do it now?
Yeah, right now. The planes are just gonna stop and be like, all right.
I actually think he was serious when he said it. That's how I was like, oh, brother, here it comes. But getting back to what I was saying about my brother, right, with the driving thing. He, like I said, he failed the first test, right, and he went back later on to do another test again. Turns out the same dude that failed the first time was there again.
Wow.
Same spot. Nah, but here's the crazy part. So he tried to skip the line and let somebody else go in front of him, right? To go with another driver. Something happened with that. They had to switch drivers again. He wind up with the same dude again that he tried to shake down. It was like you can't make this stuff up, man. I was like, it was just crazy. Like you couldn't shake this guy. So he wound up doing the test with the same dude that failed the first time. But this time, when he passed and whatnot, he took off in the car and started burnt rubber in his face. After he checked everything up and graduated. So he was like in your face and then burnt rubber and pulled off.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. I was like, that stuff like that don't happen, man. To run into the same dude, and like almost like a year later or down the line to do a test again, and the same dude is there.
You never know, though, and when you burn bridges, it's hard to get them back, period. There's really, I can't speak on New York. I've been through New York. I've, been through the city, had, friends up in New York. Actually had a girl up in New York for a while. But in Connecticut, people it could be 15 years later, they don't forget your face. They don't forget your name.
Some people forgive, but they don't forget. And they'll remind you any chance they get if needed. So burning bridges is never a good thing. And one thing about me, my Handzup network, man, my thing is about building bridges, not in the process of mending them.
But the fucked up thing in my situation was I was young, and I apologized and everything, but in the real world, people don't want to hear it. You screw up, they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, because everybody's perfect, or what did you say? Pole body's nerfic.
There you go. Yeah. Everybody acts like their shit don't stink.
Yeah, exactly. And, like some people have potpourri and some people have poopery. And some actually smells like what it is. And I don't know. It's just like when you burn bridges, you can be cool with somebody, like I said, but in the back of their mind, they're like, yeah, they basically just telling you, yo, you mess up one more time, or you basically gonna walk on eggshells, because it's not the same type of vibe you have. It's always gonna be something that you gotta do different. You gotta tiptoe around. Things will never be the same. People are not that gullible.
Yeah, and the best way I try to, explain it is basically if you look at the Twix commercial, where one side is the exact same as the other, but they absolutely hate each other.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The enemy companies, it's the yin and the yang, man.
Exactly. So, what do you have, lined up? You have a new album, I'm taking it, lined up.
I got a lot of things lined up. I'm actually going to reintroduce my first album for the people who might have missed it around the first time around. So I'm gonna re-release my album called Bringing the Yowza. I'm gonna call it Bringing the Yowza Revisited, because it's a serious hip hop album. I would like to, a lot of people consider it a hip hop classic, So I want to bring it back around and reintroduce it to people who might have missed it around the first time. I want to do that, and then my sophomore album is called Furiosity Kills the Cat. I might have sent you some songs from that particular album. Hasn't dropped yet, but it will drop. And that's what I'm in the process of doing now. I'm trying to get it out before the year's up. I haven't put a specific date, but I've been dropping numerous singles from it, so people can get an idea how it is. But so far, pretty much everything I drop, I've been getting some good reviews on it. Some real good reviews, and I think it's going to be just as hot as my first album, if not hotter. And this one is kind of dedicated to the pioneers and legends and veterans in the game. To let it, let them know that I'm carrying the torch or maintaining the torch for them. Real hip hop is back, y'all.
There you go. That and that's what it's about. It takes artists like yourself, Mr. Cee-Rock The Fury, to bring it back and let people know, hey, it wasn't all about hate, and it wasn't all about all this commercialized garbage.
Yeah. Everything is so world star right now, man. You know what I mean? Like if it ain't about violence or somebody getting stabbed or somebody getting clowned or ridiculed and whatnot, cats don't want to hear it, and they think that's the new norm. Cats even think that's normal now, and that's why I'm kind of glad. I don't know if you heard, but the Universal Zulu Nation has gave world star hip hop an ultimatum, and actually a warning about they do not like what's going on with hip hop because of him, or so-called hip hop. What he does isn't hip hop. Showing people getting beat down and ridiculed and fighting and bloody and stabbed up and all that stuff, and people yelling world star, that's not hip hop. So they want them to remove hip hop, from World Star. They want them to put a disclaimer on his page saying that I do not represent, what the real stuff that they're trying to do. You know, so they wanted to put a disclaimer saying, you know, IQ, you know, of World Star is not affiliated with real hip hop or hip hop in general. I'm just a guy that does videos and like to see people get beat up. You know, basically that's what they was telling them to say. Remove hip hop from World Star.
Yeah,
I think they're very seriously, because you normally don't get letters like that from the speaker of the Zool Nation.
Of course they're very serious, because what they're doing is they're actually giving everybody, you know, that's a pioneer a bad name, and saying, you know, that, okay, all, you know, old school hip hop to now school hip hop is NWA.
Yeah. And they went from peace, unity, love to having fun to war, anarchy, hate, and you know, and pissing people off. You know, that is the new slogan for them, and that's what people think hip hop is now. What? No, hip hop ain't about snuffing somebody and doing that and posting that thing up. That's like somebody recording a phone conversation. You know, there's no skill to that. That's just doing ignorant stuff. And bringing us down, and believe it or not, that is also what's failing, bringing hip hop down to a all new low. This is why people don't want to book you at shows. You know, they don't want to book you at shows because you are a liability, because they know the type of clientele you're going to bring in, because of the way you talk, the way you act, the type of individuals you hang around. You know, they know something's going down at the club. They bring you there, somebody's getting stabbed, somebody's getting shot, somebody's getting dead, and whatnot. And these clubs do not want to cover your liabilities. Nobody wants to come to their club and get it tore up because you don't know how to act. Same thing with with hotels and stuff like that. They don't want you in the hotels because you go over there, people don't know how to act. They start swinging from chandeliers like at the Animal House or the John Belushi's or something, you know, and they wilding out. People don't know that you just don't go in the house, go to a hotel, eat, sleep, and you know, do things a normal person would do. They start acting up, wilding out, and then they be like, "Yo, we can't have you no more, man. Hell no. You know, we can't have y'all no more, man. Y'all don't know how to act. Y'all are freaking animals."
Hey, Uncle Corey, this is Fonzo.
Who this?
Alfonso.
Ah, what's up, fam?
What's up?
Yeah, that's my superstar nephew. Yeah. This here is the new generation of superhuman basketball right here, man. He plays like I don't know. He's the Dragon Ball Z of basketball. I don't know. You know, he's the Super Saiyan. What, Super Saiyan 4 or something like that? Yeah, man. He's incredible, y'all. Shout out to my nephew out there. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yep, no problem.
So what brings you to this neck of the woods, man? You're on the Two Locos show, yo.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Two Local Radio.
Yeah. So what's going on now?
Nothing. My dad told me he was on the radio, and then and he gave me the number to call. So,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, you need to give everybody the number and have them call up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and save this on your Facebook and share it out there, man. You know, Loco's doing the thing, man. I definitely want to give my thanks for, you know, let me have a forum to speak my mind a little bit.
Yeah. Where's the station out of?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
You heard him in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's what's knocking at.
Yeah.
That's the School of Hard Knocks over there.
Yeah, well, the home of the UT Volunteers.
Huh. What's your basketball team over there?
UT.
Oh.
Not you. Your team.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Tennessee.
UT Volunteers. Tennessee Volunteers.
You ever heard of that team? You wanna go over there and play them?
Yeah, they cool. what conference is that? SEC?
It sure is.
Yeah, I like the SEC conference.
I always wanted to go to Tennessee, man, ever since I heard that Arrested Development song. I don't know why, man. I just wanted to. You know, like, take me to another place. And I was like, all right, let's go to Tennessee.
Well, you know, not to do a promo for, you know, Tennessee, but if you ever came out here, you'd want to go to, it's called the Smoky Mountains. It's a 9-mile strip of like everything you can imagine to do as far as fun.
You said the Smoky Mountains?
It's called the Smoky Mountains. You can YouTube it. You'd see what I mean.
That sounds like something Snoop Dogg would go to. We probably got a lot of trees there, right?
No, I mean, Tennessee isn't as backwoods as people think it is. So.
I don't know jack about Tennessee, to be honest. That's why I said, man, like about me going venturing to different areas. I definitely want to check places I haven't been at, man. I just like doing that. I like going to new neighborhoods and introducing myself, and then after that, I could build that up. That's why Public Enemy did it. When they go to a spot, they be like, yo, come back. Yo, when you coming back? You know, they'll be like, yo, before you know it, they was doing one country, now they doing 70 countries, and then I think it's going to go up to like 90 countries. You know? I want to get to that point. I want to get to Public Enemy point. I don't care about a major or nothing. I mean, if I ever do a project with a major again, that's cool. But, you know, I just want to just hop on the road and just go from town to town and rock like PE's doing, man. And be your own boss and do things at your own leisure. And, you know, and do it the right way, man, and still maintain the, you know, the respect of an authentic real artist without selling your soul or selling your integrity, you know, for the man or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. And that's what it's about. You know, it's about the love of, you know, hip hop. People forgot about that. Everybody's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go make my money. But you can't promote money if you've got no personality behind it or you have no talent.
That's everybody's debate these days now. You talk about somebody, they say, yo, that guy's whack. You're like, yo, but he got money though, yo, but check out his rings, yo, why you hating on him, man, yo, if I'm gonna sweat somebody, why would I sweat you? I would sweat, if it was all about the money, then why wouldn't I sweat Donald Trump? That means that Donald Trump is the best MC out there. You know, because Donald got money, but Donald can't rap. Same thing as most of these people out in the game. They you know, they got jewelry and stuff, but they can't rap. Well, I'm supposed to sweat you because you got jewelry on? Jewelry don't do nothing for me. I'm not impressed by jewelry.
I wonder if Donald Trump were to hold the mic and call himself a rapper, if he'd be the best known rapper ever.
He'll be the illest in the game, and he'll get all the hip hop quotables. You know, yo, but you saw his house though, right? Start sweating him, man. You know. If that's the case, then Bill Gates is an iller MC than him. or what's the name? The owner of Facebook. He got to be the illest. You know, if they're just talking about money, what about the tycoon? What about the one that you know with the Clippers? He got to be the dopest MC. You know?
Exactly.
The one who got Magic Johnson jacked. You know, he got to be the best MC out there. That dude's a billionaire. Wow, that boy, he must be rapping right. When you say it like that, it sounds dumb. And it is dumb. Because those who respond that way are dumb. You know? What does your money got to do with skills? You know? Skills pay the bills. Bills don't pay the skills.
Exactly. And for anyone who has been listening, and I'll also, you know, put the link, you know, on the show, if you want to hear, you know, Cee-Rock The Fury, I actually wanted to have an interview and a discussion, which we're doing. If you want to hear his music, hey, go back to right beforehand, the music show. I played 4 of his songs. You know what I'm saying?
Check it out. Listen to some music. Listen to the music section. And, you know, post your comments on the thing. And if you like what you hear, share it on Facebook and, you know, promote it through Twitter. Spread the word out, man, because, like, we need stations like this in order for us to do what we're trying to do too. You know, we don't need big machines. We using machines, you know, that's independent thinking and think alike to a certain degree. You know, or have a common goal. Their goal is to put the word out. So that's what they're doing. And you know, and letting us use that forum is great. So big shout out again, man, to, you know, True Local Radio, man, and definitely big shout out to Ray. You know, appreciate it.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you. You know, the fact that you made that, you did that drop for us, was plenty thanks enough. I've been asking somebody for the longest time, and they thought I was meaning a full-fledged song. I was meaning, hey, just say, hey, that, I'm on there with Too Loco, and I like, Too Loco, or check them out or something. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's what I think everybody should do that. Like we gotta do something for radio and whatnot. I mean, that's not asking for much. If they're playing your music, yeah, give them drops, man. One hand washes the other, both hand washes the face. So it's all about the networking, man. Like it can't always be one-sided. I know artists want to get out there and do stuff, but it can't just be all about you. It's about what you can do for them too. And when you can do something for each other, that's when things start to happen. Because then that 6 degrees of separation start popping off, and you'd be like, okay, this dude, you knew this dude from this dude, that dude introduced you to that one, and before you know it, you got a domino effect of progress happening.
Exactly. You go from 60, 100, people listening to thousands if everybody were to network.
Exactly. And again, it's a process, but you got to work it yourself. You can't just sit down there and put on the radio and expect for the thing to blow up. If you don't put any type of effort behind it, man, you don't expect it to go nowhere, man. You basically a car in neutral, You just wait for someone else to push you. You need to put that thing in drive, put your foot in the pedal, man, keep it moving.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't have time because, I work, another job on top of this for right now until, there's enough to do something. You try to promote everybody that comes on the show. Then I'd be trying to promote 150, 250. I mean, on a Reverb Nation alone, on our submission, we're looking at, we're doing a featured band thing. And right now, honestly, we have like 3,000 bands that, signed up. So we have to go through 3,000. At that time, it may be like 5,000. And I'm like, well, I don't have time to promote everybody else plus do this.
We got our own lives besides music, like I said, man, I gotta watch 24,
There you go.
But I wanted to say something before I forget. What I'm also doing with the Handzup thing, like I said, I'm dealing with other artists. I got my boy Don Jazz. I just put out his single called City Confines. It's out. It's available on iTunes, eMusic, Amazon, Google Play, you name it, it's out there. Name is Don Jazz. He's one, person I pretty much grew up with coming up, and he's down with the Handzup Network. My boy in the UK, his name is Ads. It's ADS. He's an MC, ill MC. His album is coming soon. The album is called All Adds Up. It's coming out on Handzup Network. My new album, Furiosity Kills the Cat, coming out on Handzup Network. And look out for some more music coming from Doc Ice. And if y'all don't know about the name Doc Ice, if y'all remember the song Roxanne from the legendary UTFO, I'm releasing some of his music. And he's allowing me to release under my label Imprint. So, yeah, Doc Ice from Houdini and Doc Ice from UTFO. So, I'm going to be dropping some stuff from him and a lot of other artists that's coming out soon on Handzup Network.
And I love how you're doing this. We actually had a Synergist, which he's an artist out of Bridgeport, and he was saying, on the show that it is better to introduce yourself to these promoters and everything as a business aspect, as a label, rather than to do a artist, because artists they get every day, and as a label, okay, well, they're going to take you seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it's good too because it shows that you have a package, unless the artist is the package, but you can be both, but if you plan on building and expanding, then it's good to have a label to present, because then if you want to offer or negotiate some sort of tour, you can offer a package option, and it might be helpful in selling what you're trying to pitch, to give them variety. Sometimes the artist can't sell it themselves, then you got to put other people in the mix. And as long as you're able to make it happen, then that's a good thing. It's better to have people in the mix than to not have nothing pop off at all. So look at it that way. Some people are selfish on certain things or just want to do it themselves. I mean, if you can make it happen, go for it. But that doesn't happen all the time. So you gotta work other avenues, or group avenues or package avenues and make it happen.
So, anybody, this is a generic question I ask everybody, but I just love the answers. That's why I keep asking it. For anybody that's new into, the hip hop game and, wants to be, the next big thing or just, the love of the music, what advice would you give them on, how to survive in this cruel world?
By stop being ignorant, and blind and stop being ignorant and being stupid and being naive, because common sense could go a long way when you recognize something. Sometimes when something is wrong in the air, you just know. Like if there's a fire or something like that, you might smell a little smoke. There's warning signs in the game, and there's warning signs on the radio right now. And there's a fire burning. And I'm trying to run away from that. These artists need to, establish an identity and they need to do research on what real hip hop is. What you're listening to on the radio is not hip hop. Just like World Star is not hip hop. What you checking out is not hip hop. You do your research, understand what it is, where it came from, and understand why you're doing what you're doing. All right, the forefathers and the pioneers, they made a forum for y'all. And y'all don't have enough respect to do the research and understand it. And y'all like, oh, these guys are past their time, man. That's like me giving me being a parent and I give you my car. I'm giving the car to the son, and the son's like, well, you gave me the car to me, so and then he disrespects the car. It's like, he gave it to you as a gift, but he expects you to take care of it or carry the torch with it, not to to defame it or to ruin it. And hip hop is becoming ruined because you got ignorant people running the show, and that's got to stop. And if I have it my way, man, it's going to stop. Handzup Network is part of that movement.
Hey, Cee-Rock The Fury.
Yo.
We back again.
I hear.
Hey, are you seeing the comments being posted?
Nah. What's going on?
Oh, well, I'm saying, cause we got some people that have been texting you some messages through the line, and, I was wondering if they're coming through.
They might be coming, are they coming through? I don't know, I put my message through, but I don't see no
it's through the radio station.
Right, I'm on the station now, I'm looking, I don't see it though.
I'm not seeing nothing.
Hey,
I posted up.
Oh, well, the messages are there. Alfonso, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what's up? You got your net?
Yeah, I'm trying to see where's the chat area at.
Yeah, because we were sending the messages, and they saying they were sent. And we're trying to listen to it live, but it ain't coming on.
You put a shoes on.
He didn't say live. There's a link that you can listen to that plays some of my.
Oh, okay. You can't listen to it live right now, sir.
Sure you can.
I guess you can.
All right, hold on. Wait, now I'll give it to you. Hold on 1 moment.
Yep.
All right. So, in case you're not trying to talk and you're just trying to listen and sit back.
Right, how do you do the chat? How do you do the chat section on your page?
It's not.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. All right, I get what you're saying. Hold on 1 moment. Hold on one moment here. All right. I have Tasha Monroe says a great interview, and then I have Stacy.
Major shout out to Taz.
That's you right there.
And I have
Taz. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Taz.
I have.
Yes, you saw it. Big fans of Tacoma. Shout out something.
And I have Stacy says we love a man that puts it down and don't do us no foul language. You don't hear that no more these days. So all hands down to you and all the words that you speak. Go Cee-Rock The Fury. We love you.
Appreciate that.
From Tacoma.
Hands up to us.
Oh, for sure.
That's right.
For sure, dude. Yep. Fonzo, want to say anything?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I want you know, man. Yo, my nephew Fonzo, man. I think he's the next best in basketball, and I'm not just saying that because he's my nephew, man. I've seen footage on this kid, man. I'm scared of him. Like, you know, Jordan got to see his footage, man. If I was able to get footage over to Jordan, man, he'll probably have his own sneaker at another point, man. And if you do get a big scholarship, man, you better save me some tickets for all your games. You know, I want to see all that.
Definitely.
All right.
My nephew in years because you know he's on the other side of the planet. You know, he's over there in Washington. I'm in New York. You know, but I'm hoping to see him soon.
All right, but
you will.
Yeah.
So, when the next album coming out?
Album be out this year, but I got a lot of the singles. I got quite a few singles out, and they available. They're on iTunes, they're on Amazon, they're on eMusic, they're on Spotify, they're on Google Play, they're on all the majors out there. So like anytime I put something out, people always have access to it.
All right, that sounds good.
all right,
Real good.
but if you went on Spreaker.com, it's like a speaker but with an R. And then you, on Spreaker.com, you search Two Local Radio or Two Local Radio Network. You'll see the interview, and it is live.
Okay, there you go. That's what we needed. Huh. Way to go. You got it together.
They got a chat button on the page?
It looks like it's, coming off the comments section.
Yeah. Okay.
And it does have a chat, but I'm not used to people chatting this way. I'm used to people chatting via our Facebook page.
Right.
Oh,
and through emails.
All right, so, are the messages coming on the Facebook page now?
You asking me?
No, because what normally happens is people normally actually go on our page and, post something to us or, get us through an email. I'm not used to using this chat thing, but it is here, and you do have 2 messages, and they are correct. And I do apologize.
Okay, that's what's up. I definitely appreciate the messages, y'all. Keep it coming. And like I said, man, it's like shout out to Two Local Radio, man. Make sure y'all check them out. They also on Reverb Nation. They on Reverb Nation too, man. At /2 Loco.
Yep, you got it. 2 Loco. We put him on. He's on the map.
Yeah, click it and become a fan and share.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Now I'm seeing that the chat is actually working, and Monroe said I'm listening. Miss Monroe said I'm listening live. So now it's working. So this is weird.
Yeah,
I just put that together for you.
I seen the chat and then it disappeared.
Oh yeah, we was hoping it was going through.
Yeah, it definitely went through, but sometimes there's technical issues out of our control, and there's nothing we can do about that.
All right. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's working good now, though.
Oh, that's good. That was working. So, and I just want to put out there, man. Anybody listening, promoters or anything, club venues out there, talent buyers. If y'all want me to come into your neck of the woods, man, feel free to hit up Two Local Radio or myself and let me know, man. I would love to come to Tennessee and Knoxville, man, and
What's
represent.
up, Cee-Rock The Fury?
There's another fan giving you a shout out.
Who that in the background?
Man, it's your boy, Step, man.
Oh, what's
You're
good,
on
Joe?
flavor, man. I like your flavor, man.
What's up? Appreciate that, fan. What's good? You chilling?
Oh, man, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out with him.
You rocking on the radio, man. You rocking on the radio right now.
Oh, man, I'd like to send a shout out to the world, man. Peace, love, and happiness.
There you go.
And I'd like to give a shout out to my baby mamas.
Hey, mamas.
And my mamas. You there, Fonzo?
Yeah.
You just over there cracking up, aren't you?
All my 14 children.
Oh, shoot. It sounds good. So, any time of this interview, are you gonna drop a little something for the flavor for the people to wet their whistle?
Oh man.
I don't want to put you on the spot or nothing.
Do you want to spit, Mr. Cee-Rock?
I kick a little something.
Go ahead. Hey, check this out.
Yeah,
now or later? Oh, go ahead.
Now or later? How you want
Nah,
to play
right
with
now.
it?
Let's do it right now.
You about to drop something.
Check it. I be flexing sun on avenues like Lexington. The sun rises like to kill a drunk Mexican. Flip like a flexing gun. Verbally packing heat. Furious felon kicking acapellas of lacking beats. Be macking meat of the feminine persuasion. Amazing. I take him out for dinner on occasions. Feel the pain. Got a fistful of silver rings. Hit you in the brain like a freight for killing things. Rhyme elevator comes the waiter. I'm spilling things. A fire breathing dragon thrown up. I'm spilling flames. The cats talk behind my back. Use the villain names. Prepare your best threat if you suckers are feeling game. Your lights low, cannot shine with my brighter flow. Mashing up pole, tear the head goes like Idaho. I gotta go, but before I step, get off my diction, wanna beat and save your death to death. And yo, check it out the flow. I kick out the solo, go dolo with two loco, radio, network, make the next work, make the next twerk, make the next work, flex, ready to rip it, kick the liquid, lyrical equipment. And I got the lyrical equipment, cause I'm all in it. Check this out, I'm not a poodle, not the voodoo. Share it with Twitter, Facebook, or the Google, or the Oozle, or the Uvu. That's the website. Kick the rhyme tight, feeling the rhyme tight. I'm feeling alright. The follower, hitting you with the followers. 307, that's the number of the followers. 13,143. I chick over here, and I'll be sipping a 40G. Kicking naughty G. Doing my thing, lyrically saying hands up. Rolling with my mans up. Reed coming down. All the way through. Representing with the Knoxville crew, Tennessee. That starts with a T like Mr. T on the A-team, know what I mean? Representing the Queen, Squadron Supreme, know what I mean? Eat my Franks with the beans, rolling with my team. Coming off the top. Rest in peace to my pops. I kick the metaphor rounds that I drop. Alfonso. He get dumped like Alonzo. Everybody over here trying to be the Fonjo. Can't mess with us. Get to the back of the bus, ready to bum rush. Suckers better hush.
There you go.
Nice.
You making me want to go.
Relentless, breaking out teeth like a dentist.
Okay.
It's hard to hear. That's what I'm hearing.
Right, there you go. That was nice.
We need to take a commercial break with the get-go.
All right.
Commercial. Freestyle without rehearsals.
I should have jumped in. Way to go.
Impact will hurt you. That's right, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Like that. You like that, Fonzo? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go eat it. I'm gonna go and eat again.
Oh, you gonna eat again?
I'm gonna go eat again, yeah.
You gonna start chewing on the beat again?
Yeah, you already know.
Are you eating sugar or chocolate that's sweet again?
Oh,
all right,
you
bro.
already know.
You're about to eat again, so that means until we meet again.
All right, there you go. I'll be hitting you up. You're gonna make me want to grab my mic. No.
That's the brother Red Rod,
right, Fonzo. Yeah. Thank you. That's big bow. You go, man. Hey, Alfonso, you gonna stay on? I'm gonna hang up.
All right.
So
bro.
you Alfonso, you get on the mic next now.
Nah. I'm gonna make an announcement. I think I might be able to leak it out. Let me see. You might hear some projects down the line, man. I'm actually supposed to be doing this joint, man. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be with some legends of hip hop. It's supposed to be, with T-Ski Valley, with Catch the Beat. And we're gonna have Drez from Black Sheep on the track.
Nice.
You know, we're gonna do a track, a joint called New York, where we have like a representative from every borough getting busy. And I think me and Drez gonna represent Queens. You know, T-Ski represent the Bronx, and we're gonna have Reggie Reg from the Crash Crew on the track. So it's so like the veterans is coming back, man. We're about to reintroduce ourselves and come with a vengeance. Shout out to all the pioneers out there again. Like I said again, shout out to everybody on Handzup Network. Shout out to my boy Black Jules over there in North Carolina. Shout out to my brother Love Child. You know, Love Child Fred Astaire. He's about to hear some stuff coming from him soon. Shout out to the fam, man. Shout out to my cousin Magic. My cousin Magic is he produces the group The Whispers, and he's been producing them for a while. So shout out to Magic. And
I know Freddie just left his house yesterday.
Yeah, shout out to Taz and the Brats. You know, Danny, Antonio. You know, they doing their thing out. They probably listening now. I don't know. They're sleeping, one or two.
Yeah.
And shout out to Don Jazz. Like I said, man, shout out to everybody in the UK and over in Scandinavia. Shout out to Zool Nation. Shout out to all the pioneers, veterans, and legends of hip hop. Shout out to Public Enemy. And I can give a nice shout out to everybody. And like I said, a big shout out to my pops who passed, man. Rest in peace to Fonzo.
Oh, rest in peace. True that.
Yeah.
A big shout out.
Yeah. You know,
we got another legend taking on that name.
Yeah, man. Anderson name is important to me, man. So I do it for the Anderson family, and I do it for hip hop.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
All right. So
thank you very much.
So
okay,
we're
I'm gonna holler at you, bro.
All right, bro. Yo, take it easy, man. I'm gonna see you soon.
All right.
Are you coming to the wedding? Are you going to the wedding?
I'm not gonna make the wedding, but me and Fonzo will be there this year.
All right, probably December 31st, right? At
before that. Before that.
11:59, December 31st.
No, before that.
All right.
Before that. All right.
Yo,
I love you.
Too Loco, you heard that, right?
Shout out to Biggie. Shout out to Loco.
He said I'm gonna see him this year. You heard it on radio, right?
I heard it
on radio.
And we got it recorded, right?
Correct.
That's right.
Okay.
So Loco could come get me too.
Ray got his own job, man. 9 to 5, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He doing the good one too. So
yeah, he's holding it down.
Yeah,
all right.
True that.
All right. So where can people hear your music?
Well, like I said, pretty much a lot of places. They can hear it on True Local Radio. They can hear it there. They can hear it. I'm on Mixcloud. Music is available on iTunes, eMusic, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, all the major digital outlets. It's out there. Just look for the name Cee-Rock The Fury or Handzup Network, and the catalog will pop up. For those who don't know how to spell my name, it's C-E-E-ROCK, and in quotation marks, The Fury, and that's THE space FURY. You know, or you can just simply type in Cee-Rock in a search engine, and my full name pops up. You know, it's hard not to find me in a search engine.
All right. Well, you know, it's been